Greetings, dear ones. I sometimes get these messages or mails inquiring about life and wanting to know about something. These are deep questions where one wants to know about life, why certain things happen in a certain way, and all those things. Just want to go deep into it. That's understood because we are all inquisitive. We all, some or the other time, we are trying to inquire about the deeper aspects of life, about why and how and where and what and when and all those questions. Always it's there. That's all fine. But these questions are more related to why these things are happening to me or why these things are happening in my life. And most of the time, these questions are not ponderings, but they are deep seeking justification or justice to their condition. Why should this have happened to me? That indirectly means there is a belief deep within that this shouldn't have happened to me. So listen carefully, dear ones, because I get these repeated mails where I cannot answer them because there are some mails that come, asking for deep questions. I said, okay, have a session and then you'll come to know. Let's talk. No, I don't have money. Okay, I said it's not about money. It's about the genuinity. If I find it's a real genuine thing, then don't worry about that aspect. But I am really here to help you. Then it comes like, no, I'm not used to all these things. I do not know, and blah blah blah, whatever. So neither there is a confrontation needed. Neither an answer, direct answer, is sought for. But it is said like I'll write mails. I'm comfortable here, and so mails keep on coming. Okay, I just look into the mails because the person is deeply spiritual, deeply good of heart, innocent of heart, good of heart, all the good qualities, because you can sense it. You can really sense it, who is what. So that can be sensed. There are absolutely no. So that urge to help also is there, because there are other mails also. There are many messages come. Sometimes there is no interest, but it's very casual. So I don't even look into those things. Wastage of time. But if it is genuine, I give a look. But in that looking, I saw that I am getting confused. What is this really about? Because clarity is not there on what questions are there. So repeatedly only one thing is coming, like I am so and so, I had a life so and so, now previously it was this way, now it is this way. So why am I suffering so much? Why is there so much of suffering in life? Then I give pointers to look into my videos, you'll come to know. Okay, then the answer comes, I saw, okay, this is why the suffering is there. But such a mystic has said that suffering is there because of external forces. There are external forces at play, and that is why I don't want to name the mystic, but because it's he is a very well-known saint, and I've been there, and he is no more in the body, but he is a great mystic. So he has written and he has spoken many times, like external forces come to play. There are many astral forces that challenge a seeker. The moment a seeker starts walking on the path of truth and light, there are a lot of challenges that come not only from the material world but also from the astral worlds. So the person looked into that and gave me an answer. Okay, what you say is fine, it appeals to me, but then so and so mystic also says it is. So I believe these are so many forces that are acting on me. These forces made me separate from my good well-wishers, and now I don't find them. Now I feel I'm alone, left alone, and so many things have happened. Though I have a good heart, I'm doing so much of service to the animal kingdom, and it's basically to say I have a good heart and I'm doing everything, nice things. But then why these things are happening? And I'm appealing to God, I'm praying to God for a miracle, but nothing happens. Nothing seems to come. So in all the messages I can see now, there is a reason why I'm making a video on this, because this is one person who has written this. There are many of us who don't write this, but we have same kind of questions in mind. So I am aware, because I've met people who have asked me these kind of questions also. So I thought, let me take this opportunity to make a video and give a direct answer to this according to my perspective, how I see these things, because these things even I've been through. So how I have dealt with this, or how I dealing with this, that's what I'm trying to share here. So, firstly, is there is a strong belief that I'm good, I'm holy, I'm spiritual, I'm doing everything nice, but there is injustice. In spite of doing all this, all these things are coming. Then there was also a message, okay, karma. Everybody says karma, but what is this karma about? All about? Even a small child unknowingly might be playing with a butterfly, piercing its wing, and then later on you go to see there is a story, famous story, how the child is innocent, it's only playing, but later the child has to face the consequences where he also gets caught up with somebody as a captive, and then he is like same kind of pain he is inflicted and all that. So the question is like in spite of karma, what is this karma about? Despite knowing all these things, it really doesn't make sense, because in an unknown state, like even if a child is doing that in an unaware state, and still they have to face the consequences, then every day, every moment we are doing karma. Anytime we act, any action we do, we are always creating karma. It is so difficult to get out of the loop of karma. It is going to be always forever. Now, there are many ways to look at these things, because what you say is, I agree to everything that you say. There's nothing that I'm denying. But agreeing is not going to fix your problem. Because agreeing means now there is one person brooding over life. I call this brooding. Don't take it too hard, but it is brooding. When our pin is stuck on the gramophone record, is going again and again in the same loop. It is not looking for a solution out. The only solution that it is looking out is a miracle. Miracle means indirectly we are clearly stating to ourselves and to the higher element, I'm not going to do anything. I have done everything. Now I cannot do anything. My condition is this. I'm sick. I'm mentally ill. I'm physically ill. I'm all the justification that I am not in a position to do anything now. If anything can save me, anything can happen. It's only a miracle. Now, till I talk till now, I think a lot of things must have revealed, because I'm shedding this light in a different perspective. Most of the time, when we are stuck in a certain situation, we cannot see or open up to a perspective very clearly, because it's like I'm sitting here on the ground and I cannot see any further than 100 meters, 200 meters. I can see something for 200 meters. You can see the trees there, right? That's all you can see. You don't know what is there beyond the trees. So this is my perspective, that it's a dead end. There's nothing beyond it. So only if you see, if I say that's a dead end there, behind those bushes, I don't see anything. I doubt if there is a jungle there or if there is nothing there. I don't know. So only a miracle can help me from this state. Whereas what I am trying to say is, perspective change from levels of consciousness. Right now, when we are looking at things as dead end and hoping for miracle, please understand the level of our consciousness is gross. Like I'm sitting now, gross, it's down. I'm sitting on the gross earth, gross earth. So I'm grossly grounded now. So I cannot see anything beyond this. But if I elevate myself, let's say I take the help of something and I elevate a little bit, like let's say I go in a helicopter from here or something, or a hot air balloon or something like that. So there are possibilities. If I want, I can do that. So if I raise myself from here, I can clearly see something that is beyond those bushes, those trees there. So I come to see that is another perspective where I see more clearly. See, there might not be clarity. I might see again for a mile or 5 miles from a certain level, or maybe 10 miles or 20 miles. What beyond that? I cannot see. So I got to go further higher. The more higher you go, you can see if the satellites, if you go on the rocket to another planet, so far, you can see the whole planet almost. But still again, there is a limitation, because you can see only one part. What I'm trying to say is, every level of your consciousness or evolution will show you different perspectives. That is why we take help of each other, because not everybody is at one state or one level. Somebody might be looking at from this level, somebody might be looking at that level. So we take each other's help. Okay, can you see something from that end? If you can see, fine. So what I try to do is, I try to give my perspective, and then I don't tell that I'm going to see things for you. I tell that how you can see things from there. All that you need to do is use a hot air balloon. or a helicopter or whatever, but there's a price to pay for it. There's a price to pay. What is the price? The price is your dedication, your sincerity, your honesty towards that path, and your dedication and commitment to go there. It's your desire, your intense desire. See, if I just sit here and say, no, I want to see something beyond, and I don't want to, find out a hot air balloon guy is here, or if there is a possibility also who's going to contact him and when is he going to come, and all those things are there. But if I really want it, I'll slog for it. If I really want to soar and see from the sky level, I'll do something about it. If I don't want, what will I do? I will say to the heavens, send a Garuda Pakshi, or send a bird, send a divine bird, or send some chariot from Vaikunta to raise me up, or send some avatar, or send somebody from outside, send a Superman, send a Shaktiman. That's a miracle, hoping for a miracle that something comes and saves us. You can look into my Facebook post which I said that nobody saves you but yourself. Why? Is it that you are alone going to do it? No. You take the help of others, because the moment you want help, there is enough guiding forces in this universe to come to your rescue. But you need to seek. That is why it said, seek and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be opened. The knocking is first. The seeking is first. So, I just wrote back saying that I don't know if you're trying to tell me things or ask me things. If you can ask me, I can dedicate time to telling you. But if you're telling me things, this is the way it is, and I know about it, yeah. I know about karma. I know what certain mystics have spoken about it. I know about the astral forces. I know everything about it. There's nothing new about it. So if you want me to agree to it, I'll agree, but it's not going to help you. Because agreeing means, yeah, well, you are right. All these things are there. So the moment I say yes, what you're going to do is, okay, so it's a confirmation that I need a miracle now. I'm not going to do anything. Because you also said, what I'm thinking or I'm feeling is true. But though it is true, I'm saying there is a level beyond it also. So the solution lies in going beyond. So that's again, if there is intense seeking. If there is no seeking, I'm telling you, no person in this entire cosmos can help, including God. God always says, many times he has said, you can refer to this and Google it and see, God helps those who help themselves. What does this mean? Is it a mean God? No, it is the non-interference into your free will, because there is a free will as per the laws of nature, of the laws of the universe, that nobody can interfere into your will. So until you have a will to transcend, nobody can come and force you do this, do that. Only when you say, I have a will, then enough forces will come. That is the meaning of seeking help. Now, there is a difference between seeking help and seeking prayer. Though prayer and seeking help is almost the same, but the attitude of that prayer differs. The moment we pray, I am in these conditions, I am a victim of life, and now I need to be saved. Send somebody. God, give me help. Come and save me. Come and save me. That God factor, that element, will give you enough life incidents to tell you that here is life, here is help coming to you. Now you need to save yourself, you needed help here. God helps those who help themselves. So help is sent to that person, but that person will have to catch hold of it. Like if somebody is afloat, somebody is sinking in the river, and if the rescue boat is coming, and if they are throwing even the net to that person, but if that person says, no, you catch me and you hold me, they say, we cannot, we are at a height, you need to catch the net so that we can save you. They said, no, I cannot move my feet, I'm in fear, I'm stuck here, you don't know my conditions, you are easily telling to hold, you don't know what you are speaking also. Why can't you rescue me? Can you see, it's a little gap there. But it makes a wide difference. So the only thing is that we need to hold on to, once we pray, give me help, there is enough help always coming. This is my personal experience I've seen. Like for example, you are asking, probably it's your intense prayer that give me a solution, or not a solution, give me help, please save me directly. And here is so many aspects or so many things coming to your rescue. Like for example, you You wrote to me, and this is one help. I'm trying to throw the net, but you refuse to catch the net with so many reasons. I can't do this, I can't do this. But I am stuck, I am in this problem. So nobody can help, even I cannot help. All that I can do is tell you and open up these things to you, that this is where the problem is. The main issue or the main challenge lying here is the self victimized aspect of you. There is a aspect deeply within you that says, I am victimized by life. There is injustice in life. Until you come to this conclusion, there is injustice, you cannot call or you cannot say, why is that God not listening to me? Because many times it was written, why is God not listening? He has also forgotten me. He is ignorant. He is not looking at me. He has also forgotten me. These kind of statements are something like, I am terribly stuck, but there is no Superman coming. So we need to get out of that zone. The first step to take out is to step out of that zone. My master always taught me that you are 100% responsible for your life. 100%. Until you owe that 100% of responsibility to your life, nothing can change. Because when we take responsibility only, like you said, I know it's karma, but I can't understand this karma. You have to understand. Karma is the loss of karma, the give and take, the cause and effect that happens is because it has to teach you. Because if something, we are doing some things out of alignment of the natural order, supreme order, it is called wrong karma, wrong action, or wrong deed. So the moment we are out of alignment, immediately there is a repercussion of that karma that will come and teach us in some way that this has been, that will indicate to us, that will point to us that there is something going wrong here, please correct yourself. That's all that karma does. Sometimes when there is resistance or more ignorance, the factors are more difficult. It comes back in very, very difficult conditions. Like for example, if I refuse to pay attention to what's happening to my life and these repeated nudges from the universe, if I'm not paying attention, the pain and suffering will intensify. Nobody is giving us pains. It is the resistance to understand the flow of life and the resistance to take responsibility for my life. When I take responsibility, what happens is, there's no big deal that's going to happen when you say I am responsible for my life. It's not like the whole universe is going to fall on our head. It is simply that now I am ready to take actions. Because until I say I am responsible, how will I rectify myself? That's the whole game about. And why I don't take responsibility? Because I am blaming the entire thing out of me. I am not blaming myself in any way. And if the blame is by chance coming to me, and if it is forcefully coming to me, then I justify my actions. Talking about karma and how difficult it is and blah blah, all that stuff. So it is a loophole, it's a catch that I am in. Again, I do not know anybody personally. So these are not personal remarks. This is what I can clearly see from my perspective. So I am just trying to shed light on whether you would like to take it or you leave it. That's completely up to you. So this is not just to one person, it's to multiple people whom it appeals. You can agree with it. If you do not agree, that's also fine. But this is how it goes. Now regarding the astral forces and the external forces, yes, they are there. They do play a major role. External forces are always there, good and evil, and not just on the physical level, but also on the higher level. That's called the astral world. So whenever it is with the astral world, it means it's a subtle world. It's all about the subtleness that's happening that we cannot see. There are forces that we cannot see. An astral world, it means interior world and exterior world also. There is an interior world and there is an exterior world that is subtle. Both are subtle. Interior subtleness, our own energies, our own flaws, our own subtle psychic impressions, which we have created over lifetimes, these all play a major role in becoming the obstacle to our evolution or where we want to head. So the moment a spiritual person gets woken up, the moment the waking up happens, what does this indicate? Listen carefully. The moment I am awake, and awake means what? When I am sleeping, I am ignorant. I do not know about karma. I do not know about evolution. I don't know about soul growth. I don't know about my final purpose of life. I don't know anything. That's called sleeping. There's a sleeping world. If you see, the large population is yet sleeping. They are not awakened to this fact that there is something beyond this gross life. So the moment one awakens, it's called waking up. So we have all had that instance somewhere in this lifetime. Every lifetime it happens, but again, then we go into slumber, and that's why we keep repeating this births and deaths. So in this lifetime also, every lifetime it gives an opportunity. So if you look carefully, you will see that certain point of your life in this lifetime, you have had that awakening. The moment you have awakening, what happens is, till now you have carried lot of positive and negative aspects within you. You know, whatever you call it, karma you call it, or whatever. But there are these tendencies, there are these impressions which are positive and negative. Now the positive is fine, because there is accumulation of positive only. You have got something called grace, and due to too much of accumulation of positive only, you get come to a point where this all sums up, and it helps you in your journey, in the waking up. The waking up process itself is this what you call is this process of waking up. You know, so grace does that, and grace is what? It is the sum total of all your good deeds. Your good karma is coming back and paying you, and it is awakening you. So just like that, good karma has its own result. You also carry negative karma. That is the only reason why we are taking so many births. It should be clearly understood. Why I am telling this is to go towards that self-responsibility. So we have taken birth because of both these karmas, and it should be a grace, it should be a great gratitude that we should have in life, that among the millions who are still asleep, we are a few who have awakened to this fact. We have had an awakening. Why? From our own good deeds. So if there are good, maybe when we complain, there are, life is giving us suffering, we do not look into these aspects, like how blessed we are to have had so much of blessings and grace in this lifetime. And this awakening, we only look at the suffering that happens, and so the whole focus goes on the suffering, and then everything looks like a suffering. Majority looks like a suffering. But if you are awakened and you move little more into awareness, self-awareness, you will notice that it's a blessing. A majority is a blessing. Can you see that? So once that awakening happens, definitely there is going to be a challenge to all those negative aspects within you, which all comes from the father of all the negative aspects, that is the Mr. Ego. So the ego holds on all these negative aspects and believes and justifies and does everything, And now this Mr. Ego does not want to die. Who wants to die? Nobody wants to die. If you see anything, you look at a worm right now. If I look at a worm here, I try to touch it, it will escape, it will save its life. Everything in the cosmos doesn't want to die. You even chop off this tree here right in front of me, it will strive and do its best to survive. New leaves will come out and it will somehow grow. You have seen in dire conditions how trees have been chopped off, or when the roads are widening, they cut it off, and then it grows out from somewhere. It grows. Trees grow. They are very persistent in that growth. Means everybody is naturally inclined to that growth. Nobody wants to succumb just to death, so-called death. Nobody wants to end. So Mr. Ego also doesn't want to die. So the more spiritual practices you do, maybe prayer, japa, bhakti, service, sadhana, or bhajans, or chantings, whatever you call that, any spiritual practice you do, it means purification process has begun. Purification means what? Getting rid of all the negative aspects within this temple. And that includes Mr. Ego. But Mr. Ego is the last to go. Like in the film, you see the villains, they are all bashed and thrashed, all the gundas. And the main gunda, the main villain, is the final. he gets over only in the end. Till the end, he is sitting there, commanding, demanding, blocking, and protecting, and whatever, all those tactics is being used because Mr. Villain, Mr. Ego doesn't want to die. So I am telling you in a story format because you can understand it. So after this awakening happening, immediately mystery ego will become alert. It knows. Till now, it had its Raj, ego Raj. Means it ruled over your life for lifetimes. But now, suddenly, this person has become awake and this person have come to know there are some tenants in this temple who do not belong here and it doesn't seem right. Something doesn't feel right here. So I got to purify this temple. The moment you start purifying the temple and the God within starts to wake up, all the demons within will start fleeing. And all these demons are not mystery ego. They are all the aspects of ego. They are all the chelas of this ego. They are all the servants of this ego. Small things will start going out. Small things like, I am gossiping. Then I become awake. No, I should not gossip. This is one of the chela of that mystery ego. So you rectify and you stop gossiping. Lies, I must not lie. I must become truthful. And you practice and you fall and you practice and then you master it. Slowly you start becoming honest and transparent and truthful, very true to yourself. And then you see that that demon is killed. Likewise, all these little demons get killed one by one. Now the more demons are getting killed, what will happen to the Mr. Villain, Mr. Ego? It knows. Oh, my strong army is getting destroyed. Now my turn is come to an end and Mr. Ego doesn't want to die. As I told you, nothing in this cosmos wants to die. Not even evil. Not even good. So, Mr. Ego now begins a battle. A final battle. And not a final, it plays many battles. But the more you purify, it knows it's coming to an end. And the more you get purified, the more you are reaching to that state of complete purification, the more the battles are going to get intense. Is this clear? Battles will get very, very intense and different types of battles. It will be all in disguise and you won't even understand. You won't even know what's happening. So all these battles, including this thing called self-brooding, self-pitying, self-victimization, this is one of the ministers of Mr. Ego. The main. You can see all the small armies are almost this, but now the ministers are a little stronger. Mr. Ego is backing it and giving it good supply and fuel and energy and motivation and inspiration to attack you. Now, when this war is going on, this is what I'm telling you. This is not an actual physical war. This is something that is happening on a subtle layer, subtle level inside you. The story will make you fully aware. Yeah, there is something happening. You will know within. All these things are happening. You'll agree. Till now you are not aware. But now with the story you will become aware. Yeah, definitely. So now there is a microcosm and a macrocosm. It's all interrelated. You can Google all this and find out how the macrocosm and microcosm are interrelated. Anything that is happening within you also has and without you, that's outside of you. Anything internal is outside also. Anything and everything. There is an internal world and there is an external world. Then inner world is equal to outer world. Whatever is inner, you can see it outside. This is a very deep subject. I have done this in one of the live. You can go and check it out. 6 hours or something it was. Completely the inner world and microcosm and the macrocosm. How they are interrelated. You can see. So here I cannot, but briefly they are interrelated. What I mean to say is, now since you are aware of this inner battle that's happening between these two forces, the good is trying to motivate you. No, I should not speak lies. That is your good army. Backed by God divine. That's your soul, the self that is doing it. Self and God is not different. So God consciousness is working through your soul consciousness. So all you are also sending lot of army to battle it out. You are being persistent. You are using your will. You are using your prayers. You are using your support. You are using the blessings, the grace of divine souls. Your guru or masters. Those who don't have guru or masters, you have the backing of your angels, archangels, and it goes on. It's a huge force that's always protecting and guiding you if you ask for it. As I told you, without your permission, nobody intervenes. So let's say you are praying every day, you are doing your whatever rituals or whatever daily aspects of spirituality. These are enough for them to send you guiding forces. Now You are not going to see overnight transformation and suddenly miracle happening, because there is this baggage of karma. Give and take is there. It has to exhaust itself. So while this exhaustion is happening, this war also is taking place, because all this is related to your karmas. What is the fuel for all this battle to happen? Karmas. What is the fuel for the negative to attack you? Bad karmas. What is the fuel for the divine to protect you? Good karmas. So you can see the war is going on. And as it gets intense and intense, now what I'm trying to tell you is your inner world, which is fighting and battling these two forces, negative. You said no, there are forces. Yes, microcosm, macrocosm. Same what is happening to you is happening outside also. Same what is happening to every individual is happening on a collective level also. All souls put together, there's a huge battle happening. There's a mirroring, internal war, there's a mirroring outside into external war. So if you see, there are different dimensions outside also, and they are also battling there. The astral forces, the good versus bad, war is constantly on, constantly on. Many people have confirmed this. Many mystics have confirmed. My own guru, my master, I told me this once. There is an intense battle right now going on. Many years back, when a lot of divine activities he was doing on this planet, at that time he had told, on the higher level, on the astral world, there is a war going on right now. There is a battle between the devatas and asuras. Always it's happening. The good and the evil forces. So you can call it the demons and the angels. Constant fight, battle going on there. And these forces affect the gross world also. It's all interrelated. So all these forces do play in your external world, and your internal forces do play, your inner world does play an inner role also. There are two roles that are being played simultaneously. So yes, I do agree. Even the mystic that whom you quoted says this, that there are forces, there are demonic forces, there are all this. I have been through many, and it's not that it's an end, but yes, I have seen external forces, how it battles. They come from different entities. There are different entities that try to gain victory over you. It's like, what am I trying to tell you is, or it can be even will of somebody's volition, somebody's sankalpa on you, that they want you to be a certain way, so they have a strong will in this way, and that will creates certain entities to act in that manner. There are so many things that are happening. Will means anything. You can have a strong will for somebody, like parents can have for children. Very strong. They might be very dominant, and they want things to be their way. So they might think, I want my child to be in this way, and they might be even dreaming about it. They might be visualizing about it. They might be having volitions about it. So that all plays a major role. These are what I'm trying to say. These are all forces. Likewise, there are even evil people, evil eye. Those who have wrong intentions against you. They might use some external methods. They might use their own mental forces. All these things, there are so many aspects, never-ending aspects, that are all going on. The war is continuously on, all the time. But what am I trying to tell you is, very importantly, most important, is your self. If you abide with yourself, your deep self, instead of going outside and try to find why these forces are fighting and how these forces are fighting, it's always better to turn within to the self-consciousness, which is God consciousness. Because God that you seek outside for a miracle is not outside. It's already creating a miracle within you. That is why the awakening is happening. And the more awakening is happening, the more we are tested. How far we can go with this. Those kind of challenges will come. Because if we are not serious about it, we'll let go, or we'll stop our journey. Now these forces are there, and then we have all these excuses. Like, these are forces and I cannot. Forces are always there. And what I'm trying to tell you is, see, nothing wants to die. Again, I'm telling you. So the forces are aware in the world, in the collective consciousness also, there is a huge battle happening. You can see so many things happening in the world. Wars and famines and disasters and corona, and all these are what? These are the outcomes of that war, astral war, that's happening. One force is trying to kill and demolish humanity. One force is trying, all the saints of mystics and all this, all the divine people, all the light workers, they are trying to raise the consciousness and trying to protect the earth. Likewise, there are guides and there are ascended masters who are trying to protect this field. Likewise, there are demonic forces who are working, and thus it goes on. Why? Have anything got to do with anything? No, actually, they are all minding their own business. The evil forces are minding their own business. Now the fight for supremacy begins when somebody raises its hood. Like if ignorance is going on persistently, no evil will raise its hood. But if the good wants to stand up for it and wants to become clean, what it will do is it will try to shine its light. The moment you try to shine your light, the challenges begin. And I'm telling you, at your level, it might be nothing, but at the level of light workers, you don't know the kind of challenges that come from all kind of forces. It plays a havoc, literally, because what happens is they have nothing personally to do with anyone. They have nothing personal with you. They are only scared of your sword of light and truth. Any forces that does not adhere to the divine laws or the ways of the divine will feel threatened that I am going to be finished now and nobody wants to finish. So immediately there is an attack. All the persecutions that have happened to all the great mystics in all this time on earth, including Jesus Christ and many mystics, and all these people were of light. Why did they suffer so much? How much they should have complained, how much should have Jesus complained, if you see that way. Oh my God, I have done so much, I have healed so many people, I have raised the consciousness of so many people, I raised people from the dead, I made so many blind see, I cured leprosy, I walked on waters to save people, I did so many things for humanity, and this is what I get. God, where are you? And he did say that. Jesus did say that once. He said, are you there? Are you literally there? Have you forgotten me? This is what he asked. When he saw the intense suffering that he was going through, he went to the garden and he was praying there in silence, in alone. He asked his disciples to stay back, and he went there and he was just connecting to the Almighty and saying, Father, have you forsaken me? Have you left my side? Have you left my hand? See, even a person like at the stature of Jesus felt overwhelmed. What are we? And at that level, we have not even done all that. All that we have done is okay, maybe save some beings and all that. Oh, okay, we have done to the best. But we should not have pride in those things, in what we have done. Because if we are true instruments of God, we should not take credit for that. We have saved plants, we have saved animals, we have saved men, we have saved children, we have helped old people, we have done this, blah, 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 blah. That should not come. That pride should not come within us. Because if that pride comes, then all this justification will come. Like somebody said, I have done all this nice work. I am still doing nice work. I care for so many things. But why is the world so cruel? Suddenly your good work has become a justification. So never hold that. Always feel that the Almighty is working through you. Whatever is His will, let that be done. All the good works that He is giving to me, it's a blessing, and I take it as a blessing. Let me do it. Without any count, without any again and again talking about it or feeling or thinking about it. I'm doing good, I'm doing good. If we do not do, there will be always somebody else. This is how we can humble ourselves. There is always somebody. Like I've spoken this in many videos that, if you don't do it, somebody else will do it. The divine does that way. So we cannot take any credit. The only thing is what happens is when we are given that opportunity to do, the goodness of that credits to our good account, and that helps us in our journey. But knowing this, we should not again question, okay, then I've been doing all the good works for so many years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, all my life. Where is the credit gone? We can ask this question because we do not know our debits. We do not know what kind of wrong deeds are piled up in our account, karmic account. So it is best not to go into these calculations. What I always say is, live life very freely, live life in awareness, do whatever you can at the moment. Do your best and leave the rest. Do not focus so much on this, because the more you focus on these forces, the more they intensify. And the more we justify, and the more we receive that kind of treatment. The best is to live a life of awareness, of conscious awareness. Live in awareness. When you live in awareness, what happens is you suddenly become rooted in the present, and you actually begin enjoying your today, your now. Though you don't know, you must be in pain, you must have had pain, you must have this trauma, that trauma, everything. And if you start living and relishing life, you will see that I have actually forgotten this blessing. This blessing is flowing to me even now, this eternal blessing and grace of being blissful and joyful in this moment. But I choose not to take it. I choose rather to brood on my past and my future, and I miss this opportunity. And then I ask, where is God? Whereas God is living through us in this present moment. So if we choose living in the present moment, you'll see that suddenly all these unwanted thoughts and where we should not focus, everything will not get attention from us. And when we withdraw our attention from all these aspects of why, when, how, where, what, outside forces, inside forces, where is the goodness God, where is God, when you moment you pull from this and you just live life in the present moment, suddenly you'll see you'll become calmer, you'll become more peaceful, you'll become more joyful, you'll start relishing your life, enjoying your life in the moment. And when you do all this, suddenly you'll see all your ailments one by one will start leaving you. So the what you complained, you say that my nerves are paining and my body is aching. It is because your mind and soul is aching. The moment you stop aching, your mind and soul, and who can stop that? Only you. Nobody else can do that. Nobody else can do that. Only you can stop that aching. So if you stop aching, you'll see suddenly, because your subtle world is connected to your physical world. Whatever happens in the mind, psychosomatic, you can see, you can study science, you go and Google this word, psychosomatic, you'll see what you think, how you think influences your body, and your illness is caused from your mind. All your diseases first begins in the mind. I'm not telling this, go and do the research. So when you are aware of this, if mind is creating all this problem, how to cool down the mind is to live in the present moment. How to live in the present moment? Learn to become aware. Learn awareness. How to get into awareness. The more you practice this, more you will be seated and rooted in your present moment. The more in your present moment, things shall become peaceful and less jittery. The nerve, when you are a nervous person, see the word nervous person, nervous, nerve. Your nerves have got to do with your nervousness. So the more nervous you are, it will affect your nerves. God has nothing to do with it. We punish ourselves. We have to understand this. So the blessing is that the God's message comes to you in many ways. It comes through doctors, it comes through scientists, it comes through evolved beings. You can even say it's coming through this, if you want to catch it. Choice is always us. If you do not want to catch it, if you want to go into self-victimization, so be it, it will happen. But I'm telling you, once you refuse to take that help, the help will cease to come to you. Like the people who are in consultation with me, who are doing this, they sometimes say, oh, you don't understand. I say, no problem. Until you want my help, I won't come. I won't come and force you. Even my friends, my family, I don't go and give free advices. I don't sit everywhere and give pravachans or lectures until they want it. If somebody, even my own loved ones, I have never given lecture until they ask. If they ask, and it is only user specific, whatever they ask, it will be because that is what they can know. You cannot give anybody extra. I have seen that. If you talk extra and if you give more than one person can handle, it will regurgitate. It will cross indigestion. So these are precious lessons I have learned. I know where to talk when, now, correctly. So with this, I'm telling you, even when we talk to others or when somebody is talking to you, they have their own limitations. They cannot do everything for you. Rest is up to you. They can guide you, and this is the genuine effort to guide you, to help you out of that situation, because These are situations where I have been before. I know how it feels. So from that angle, I am telling, if it is possible for me, it is possible for you to come out of it. Let it take months, weeks, years, it shouldn't matter. No target, because we do not know. Everybody's karmic structure is different. We should not compare with each other. That person did this way, let me do it. It won't work. But what works is having a clear understanding of life, how life works, and how all these things work. How God's grace works. It does work, provided we are ready to receive it in the way it is coming, not in our conditional way. God, give me this, but conditions, you must give it to me in this way only. It won't happen. There are different ways. So the more alert, this is what I call, the more aware you are, the more you will know from where the guidance is coming, from where the messages are coming, and that is when you catch the message and act upon. An awakened, aware person will just catch the message and not the messenger. They are, all their bodies, subtle bodies, all their beingness is open to everything, the answers. They are tapping into the answers at all time. The ego will try to play a big role. Hey, don't do that. Don't listen to that. You are going your way. Do it nicely. That's the nice way. It's so comfortable. Why do you want to get out of this? Wait for some savior to come. Even so many saviors have said that we will come again. Let them come. Christ said he will come again. Second coming. So we'll wait for him. And till then we will be ignorant. We will do all the things, because then we can always, there is somebody else to save. We can always blame him if he doesn't come. This is the cunningness of the mind. So we got to be alert. And I'm telling you, until we become awake and aware, we won't notice these play in the mind. And if the mind is playing, please know there are demonic forces that are actually playing, influencing this mind. Yes, they can influence the mind. That is what we call in Hindi, we say buddhi brasht ho gaya iska. Buddhi is viveka, intellect, where one loses the power of discrimination, of choosing what is right and wrong. So if the first thing that the forces will attack is the buddhi. So the moment the army attacks the buddhi, the minister called buddhi, and the minister is down, there is nobody now to discriminate and take correct decision. He is the decision maker. So the best, see, they have all kind of strategies. The evil. So attack the buddhi brushed kar do, and then that person cannot think for himself or herself. So now when you cannot think for yourself or herself, then that person becomes helpless. Then the seeking is always out. Help me, help me, help me. Because that person cannot have clarity in life. To bring clarity in life, become aware. Practice awareness as much as possible. Awareness is nothing very difficult. It is only aligning to your true self. The moment you rise in awareness, you will see that your buddhi starts working. Your viveka starts sharpening. And the more sharper your minister called intellect is, the more better you can navigate your life through all this. Then any evil comes and plays in your mind, saying that, oh no, you are a victim, you cannot be, you have to wait for God, let God come, why are you doing this, you don't do this, and it will give you all justification. See how nice you are such a nice being, you are helping so many beings, you have done so many good work, and see now how life is treating you. You have all the right to complain, keep complaining. It is injustice. You see all the tactics in this world, strategy, if you see, it's based on this evil. Wherever there are rallies and there is a fight for peace, can you see the difference, subtle difference in that? Fight for peace. How contradictory. Fight and peace, opposites. How can you fight for peace? So you must be very, very catchy, because this is how the evil influences the collective consciousness. And if you see all the wars and all the discrimination, all this conditional love, all the control, the manipulation, the dominance, the eagerness to rule over somebody, having supremacy, keeping somebody under control, these are all the evil plays. They will justify and tell you this is right. They will give you all the reasons to the doer to ensure that what that person is doing is right. The buddhi is not fully refined there. Awareness is not fully there. Unconscious it is. The tendencies are overcome by whatever, pride or anger or whatever that takes over. and that convinces Mr. Buddhi that this is right. And Buddhi, if it is a minister who is not very active, he will listen to chugli from here, gossip from here, and okay, yeah, and take decisions based on these tendencies called anger, fear, doubt, revenge, selfishness, jealousy, greed, all these aspects, desires. This will rule over and convince the minister to the, and minister will be taking these actions, and then we call the person is acting out of ignorance. They are doing it because they are not they are unaware, and unaware means evil forces. Awareness means God forces. Are you getting it? So with this hope that you are getting this message clear, there is no need to write about pages about what has happened to me. It's not going to help you nor anybody. It will put you more deeper into that victim consciousness. And unless we come out of the victim consciousness, we cannot take responsibility for our life. If we don't take responsibility for our life, we won't take actions for rectifying that and purifying ourselves. And the moment we don't do that, it's like it's a give up. And that's enough. The evil has won the battle. And it will continue. We have to take more lifetimes again to come back and learn the same lessons through the same sufferings. So is it wise to go one after the other lifetimes, same repeated lessons, or do we catch up with this message, wake up and agree to it? I'm telling you, divine works through many ways. If you can catch it, you can catch it. If you doubt, you doubt. Don't go by external appearances. Don't go always by the external senses. Like for example, you might look at this video. What is this stupid guy talking so big gyan here, so much wisdom here? He doesn't look even in any angle divine. See, look at his face. And he's talking this. So is it his ego that is talking? Is he trying to do something? Anything you think, it doesn't matter. To the other person, it doesn't matter. What matters is, are you catching the essence of what that person is doing? That's more than enough. Rest all, you just leave it off. Catch the essence. Does it appeal to your heart and mind and soul? If it is appealing, then it's meant to be for you. Like I made these videos with a certain intention that let it go to the people whom it has to reach, and that's how it happens. Whoever is ready to understand this will make utmost use, and you don't know, you can't even estimate of what I'm providing here, what kind of details I'm providing here. So if it looks like a neglected platform, or don't go by that. What you see is not what is, and what is you can't see. My master always used to say this, जो है वो दिखता नहीं, जो दिखता है वो है ही नहीं. And this is not applicable just to one, it is applicable to everything in life. How do we know which is right and which is wrong? Because there are all kind of people out there. There are all kind of messages floating in the internet. Which is right, which is wrong? Use your discrimination. That's what I said. If your Viveka is active and powerful, the Chidakasha Gita, one of my masters in my Guru Mandala lineage, if you don't know, Bhagavan Nityananda, used to talk a lot about this. The Chidakasha Gita talks all about this in detail. In detail. About how to use your buddhi. The whole Chidakasha Gita is about purifying yourself to the level that your buddhi becomes sharpened. And you follow the instruction of Chidakasha Gita, it will work on your buddhi. When your intellect is active, it knows which to take and which not to take. That's why I always say, take what is the best and leave what is the rest. There's no need to sit judging this person, that person, is it right or wrong. Take from everywhere. This mystic take, that mystic take, this scripture take, that religion take. Take from everything that is appealing to you, because that is how God works. God is functioning through all these religions. You might say, no, I don't like that master, I don't like that scripture, I don't like that religion. So does that religion belong out of God area? Is anything out of that infinite space, which we call the supreme? So if you disrespect a religion, you are disrespecting the part of that God. But if you have the affinity, if you have the understanding of taking the message from everything, the nectar from everything, rather than we should become honeybees. We sit wherever there is nectar and don't go to garbage like houseflies. In Hindi it is said, Makki mat bano, madmakki bano. Makki sits on all the garbage, and madmakki, there's a honeybee, goes only to those flowers where there is nectar. So is the bees not in the vicinity of dirt and garbage? Yes, the bees also is staying in the same world where there is a lot of garbage also. The bee is not paying attention to anything, it is going just to the nectar. So an awakened buddhi and intellect is your powerful weapon that will let you know what is good. If your intellect is very active, you'll see that certain messages will appeal to you. This makes sense. Whatever the world says about it, or whatever the rating in the world is, go more by the inner connection to the message. If it is meant for you, it will give you tingles. It will tickle your heart and soul. If it doesn't, it will make you feel uncomfortable. So that's your intuition that's telling you. So you make use of these tools and either grasp it or discard it. So now I've given you all the options and I've made you understand wholly this. So from here, I hope now there will be no complaints about life, about my life or anybody's life, or about God or anything. Let there be no justification even to this video. No, I was meaning this, it was not that. That is also another play of that evil that is trying to again justify, because it's not going beyond. Gaadi wahin pe atka hua hai. The vehicle has stopped there. It's not going beyond. So we must become very alert. When the mind is playing these games, don't let it. Okay, I get the message. Now I just work on the message. That's it. Let me not sit justifying or explaining myself and all this. It's not needed. Because even if you give justification, it is not going to help me in any way. I will look at it, I will discard, I will go my way. I am not going to be affected by it. Who will be affected? You. Because then justification will be given, then no reply to the justification. That will make you feel even remorse. So please understand, day one, this is all done with the pure intention of trying to help you for your highest good. So if you understand this message, please take it, please make use of it. Come out of that zone. Please come out of that zone. You deserve a better life. The way I have looked into your life and what beautiful things you have done, you are a divine, pure soul. Please don't let these evil things affect you in any way. And please don't let it be tainted by any of these negative forces, internal or external. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, the only way to say is stay in abidance to your soul. Always. Learn awareness, learn meditation, stick to that. Come what may, just stick to that. Call out for help, call out for that layer of protection always. I'm telling you, with confidence, call out that layer for protection. May I be protected, and I know you are protected. When you say, I know I am protected, you are giving permission to that divinity, saying that I trust in you, now you got to be here. Full free will and free permission. Without that, they will not interfere. So with all your heart and soul, you say, I am giving you permission to protect me and take me to my destination. Come what may, let me not stop. Let all the barriers, let anything that is not for my highest good and for the highest good of all dissolve or go back. I don't need it. I don't take it. Let me walk in that divine abidance and see what happens. Mark my words. See what happens. The divinity, all the forces will start working and protecting you, guiding you. And then you don't have to sit worrying who does what. It will all keep on bouncing. It will not affect you. It will keep on going. It all depends on your pure intention. So purify that intention. Make it very, very pure and keep connected to come what may. Keep connected. Keep going. Even if there are many challenges. I have given enough videos where I have told I thought it's the end of life, but something miracle keeps on happening. So that is the miracle. When we work only miracle. Much divine love and light to all of you. Stay blessed. May we all evolve. Much prayers for you all and for me also. Stay blessed.